Sadlers Creek Barbecue actually started from a restaurant here in town that was a barbecue that was personal friends of mine, and there were older gentlemen that had a business, and their health forced them to close down. And I bought their equipment from them at the old restaurant called End of the Road over next to the county airport, and actually built this building out here 18 years ago and moved the barbecue equipment that I purchased from the Elrod family and a gentleman named Lamar McLeod. So I actually had a desire to do this, and I was still working at the time full time, and of course my dad came in and helped me, and without him I never could have pulled this off. So I love to cook barbecue, and I actually started on the side of the road doing it, and just had a desire to do it, and it looks like it's still in me, I guess. My dad was just a country guy that was tough. I mean, he was a big man, he was a strong man, and I learned a lot of work ethic through the years from him. And it's hard to look back on his life and not be emotional, because he meant so much to me. And without him, this place never would have really made it at the beginning, because I actually worked for GE 20 years, and working a lot over there, this place never would have made it without him. And when he passed, I've kept the same formulas and the way he did things, and learned his stew, and he's really the backbone that helped me get it where it is today.
The company I worked for 28 years shut down, and I was looking for a job, and he asked me, he said, "You want to come work out here with me?" I said, "Oh yeah, be fine." So me and him been together for a long time, and I put on the hams, slaw, beans, and we just love, I mean, we just piddle around together.
We're known as Pete and Repeat.
I never would have thought I'd have been cooking. I never would have thought I'd have been cooking. But I really enjoy it. And like I say, we have a good time. We get out here, we joke around, and when we get through, we go inside and sit down, talk about anything we want to, and we just have a good time out here.
The guys that I purchased their equipment had a unique way of running a business, and they opened the first and the third Saturday of the month. Almost unheard of, but those guys had a 2 Saturday day business, and they also had other ventures in the community that took their time, but they love barbecue. And the first and the third Saturday would be packed house, and they done that for 5 to 6 years until their health went down, and I could not believe what an empire they had built first and third Saturday. It blew my mind. So when I had to go borrow money to pull this off, I said, you know, I don't know if I can do first and third Saturday and pay this bank loan back. So I went with Saturdays every Saturday, and that's basically how I came into every Saturday. I couldn't do the first and third. I just didn't think I could pay the loan back that way. So every Saturday's been my plan, and it is going into 18 years, and it works for me. It may not work for everybody. We are very regimented. Jackie and I and a couple of other people, a couple of my ladies that help me, we're very regimented in what we do. Jackie and I do the brunt of the work during the week. He's got a key, and he comes out here and does his thing, and I'll drag in and do my thing. And at the end of Wednesdays, we come together, and Thursdays we know what we got to do. We basically do a couple of 3 hours each day to take the load off of us on Friday. This restaurant, believe it or not, ties you down more than you think. because of being such a hands-on business, to make it work, you know, you have to be here. You just can't delegate and have a big payroll. My way of running a one-day business, it wouldn't work if I didn't have Jackie and, of course, me doing some of the work myself. So like I tell people, you know, Saturdays has been good to me, but I've gave up a lot of time. I've actually gave up a lot of Saturdays. My family and I, my kids get to do things, but my wife and I have been basically tied down a lot of weekends. But it's been worth it. I think my family, I owe a lot to them, my mother, my wife, my kids. Without them pulling together and us being a complete unit out here, we never would have made it. Everybody knows that barbecue is regional, low country, mid country, upstate, and everybody likes their way of doing it. And I guess the public and regions are trained to like barbecue the way their regions provide it. So we don't do any type of vinegar. We do put some vinegar in our sauce, but we're not a heavy vinegar. We're a tomato-based barbecue restaurant, which seems to be prevalent in the upstate, and it works for us. And you know, we make our sauce, we make our slaw, and that's the basic thing. Is people like our product, and the ones that don't, you know, they either tell us or they come back and try it again. Personally, I like the St. Louis ribs. I love our ribs. And of course our coleslaw. People really pay more compliments on my slaw than than they do a lot of things. But the ribs and the slaw are tops in my book.
I guess my choice is the ribs and potatoes, because we go through about 500 to 600 pounds on one Saturday on potatoes. They still got the skins on them, and we press them ourselves. And we put them in 5-gallon buckets, and we'll do about 8 to 10 buckets for our Saturday. Plus we press some as we go, and we put water in them so they won't, you know, turn and all. They just good.
Well, the barbecue trail has really been promoted real well in the last several years, and really or not, barbecue is bigger than you think. Here in Anderson County, it's pretty big, and actually getting bigger. But we're out here in this little remote area, which I call is a very seasonal part of Anderson County. The lake, the campgrounds, and I guess that's our little unique concept out here, because right now we're in our peak season, and we produce a lot of food out here, and of course we do taper off in the fall and winter, simply because people don't use this side of town quite as much. But we have an awful good steady clientele of people that eat with us regular, if not weekly, every other week. And truthfully, that's what's kept us in business, is just loyal people. This is a competitive business. I think everybody gets their share of it. Some of them get a lot of it, but I feed a lot of people out here, and I just been blessed, and I don't do any advertising, and sooner or later, if somebody comes out, they say, "Wow, man, why did I wait so long?"